Hello everybody, glad you could make it. My name is Kaylee Ellen and welcome to this Repot with me. So today I've got 3 things to do. 2 of them are smaller but more delicate, and then 1 of them is larger and more delicate. First thing we have to do should be super easy. Plant these 2 begonias. This is my favorite begonia ever, okay? This speaks to me. This is my begonia wide eyes. Yes, it is that gorgeous. Yes, it is that gorgeous. It's wonderful and it's amazing, and I need to be very careful repotting it because it's still in the regular packaging that it was shipped with. Love that for me. Second of all, this is done horrifically, bless it. This is Begonia malachosticta, and I don't know. I think I underwatered it a couple of times. I've nearly killed it a couple of times, but you know what? It's alive. I honestly think it's going to do better when it's been transferred. The third job, and this is going to be a little bit difficult for me to show you, is this. This is my beautiful, 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 well, it's one of 2, Anthurium pallidiflorum super narrow. We're going to pot him up into the pot he's sat in because he's actually, guys, he's basically in an old unit pot in moss. But today he's going to be moved into the sexy pot and he's going to live somewhere on the back wall. Where? I don't know. I don't know. I might put him back where he has been living on the top of the cabinet until I figure it out because he has been living there. So first thing I need to do, I need some scissors is what I need. Oh yeah, I've already filmed 1 video today that you might see after this one. I don't really know yet, not really sure yet. But first things first, my gym top, not sponsored, link is down below for the general website. I'll not necessarily just link at the top. This is in a size 8, I think, and it does kind of, like it hangs a lot, like you need something on underneath it. And oh, my tattoo is right here. It's still a bit crispy, don't get me wrong, but I love it and it's awesome. Let's start with this one. I'm actually going to try and put some gloves on. I'm going to try and put some gloves on, guys, why not? So, there's nothing specific to talk about today. It's just more of like a hi, how are you kind of vibe. And how's it been going? I'm all right. I'm still injured. If anyone's been following along, I'm still injured. And I do keep posting about it, yes, I know. But trust me, it is really irritating. So for those of you that don't know, I've done something. I've pulled like my shoulder, my tricep, something at the gym. I don't fully know what it is, guys. I really don't know. I've had 2 like massages, sports massages on it, hoping to fix it, and it's not fixed. So I've given it a month off training it. Genuinely. So I'm basically going to train through it because I've got no other plan. I've been asking people, what is it? I've asked professionals what it is. They don't know what it is. Wonderful. But I'm not in any pain. I have to tell you that. I'm not in any pain at all. So that said, I'm going to train through it and I'm going to train light. But believe me when I say I'm annoyed about it, because my arms right now don't look like anything because I haven't trained them in a month. I'm not very happy about it. I'm also now, I have to take my progress pictures tomorrow for my fitness transformation I'm doing because I take progress pictures every 4 weeks. I didn't have time to do them today, so I have to do them tomorrow. But I'm basically just beginning this week my surplus phase. Sorry, my cats are desperate to get in, but they're just going to have to chill because if they get in, they're going to jump up on here and they're going to break something. So I'm not going to entertain them. So yeah, I've started my surplus phase now and we'll see how that goes. Basically, if nobody knows, when you want to build muscle, if you enter a calorie surplus, you probably build muscle a lot quicker. So that's what we're trying to do. And I will just have to deal with feeling a bit soft, a little bit bigger or whatever. So if I happen to gain weight, guys, the next few months and you're looking at me, save the pregnancy questions. I had that a lot in 2021. Hey, BB, stop it. Oh, okay, they're fighting. It's fine. They're fighting. Save the pregnancy questions. I really did get a lot of that in 2021. It's kind of insulting. Don't ever ask a woman if she's pregnant. Just don't do that. At least don't do that for me. I don't want children and I don't think I'm ever going to be pregnant. That said, I've been, this is the first time, by the way, I get to find out what this was planted in because I didn't even take the sellotape off because I'm lazy. Oh, I'm keeping these pots though. Thank you very much, seller. I will keep these pots. I'm probably just going to squeeze it and see if it just falls out because I really want to be careful with these new leaves. Just gently squeeze because I really don't want to hurt it at all. There we go, there we go, there we go. Hopefully I've not rotted it. If I have, it's all my fault. Oh my God, they really are fighting. You know, normally they'd just be asleep right now. But no, they're fighting. This looks a bit rotty. It looks a bit rotty. But you know what? I've sat it in a lot of water because I didn't sit it in enough water beforehand, so I've probably rotted it. That said, it should be okay. Yeah, that is quite rotty though. You probably won't hear that because my noise cancelling is really good. But they're basically just slamming themselves into the door. Just with no real care. With no real care. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to rinse some water over this really quickly. Just see if I can see what I'm dealing with. Just to see. There we go. Oh, it's a good job I did my washing up before this video. I did it because I thought I have to cook a steak later to meet my macros. And I've washed all the pan and everything, so I'm very happy about that. So yes, anyway, I don't know where I even was. I'm in a calorie surplus and I'm trying to build muscle. So if you see me getting a bit bigger, you needn't say anything. It is all planned. Not that you should comment on somebody's weight anyway, but you get the picture. But otherwise, honestly, I'm having a lot of fun. I do feel like I'm starting to look different, but the thing that annoys me and the thing that annoyed me when I did my progress photos is personally I can't see any difference. I think it's one of these things where in real life or possibly on camera when I'm like moving around and shit, I don't know, I can see a difference in my physique, right? But on the progress photos, I can't. And I don't really have an answer for it. I don't really know why. I don't really know the fix. It's kind of irritating, to be honest. You know what I might do? I might also depot this at the same time, just so we've depotted everything at the same time. We don't have to screw around. So I will pot that, but I need to build the pots anyway, so I'm just going to do that. But yeah, so I have to do that tomorrow. I'm trying to work on my nutrition a little bit more and be a bit healthier because I'm not eating enough fiber. I'm not eating my macros. Lol. I'm not eating my macros as good as I should be. I'm taking a lot of shortcuts. You know, I'm not maybe having the right carbs, the right fats, all the things. Now, don't get me wrong, 80-20. I think you can be healthy and you can still have bits on the side, but I think my bits on the side are filling up the calories a lot. I don't think it would make a huge difference to the overall result because at the end of the day I'm hitting the macro. I don't know, guys. But I do want to try and be better. So this morning I had some fruit. And you might be thinking, wow, okay. Guys, I barely eat fruit. I barely eat vegetables. I'm a very picky eater. It's a problem. And when I do more content on my Kaylee Ellen Unfiltered channel, like when I do fitness content, I'm probably going to tailor my content to one, being like a skinny person trying to get big, because I actually don't think there are a ton of people out there doing that. I think it's usually the other way around. And two, I'm going to cater my content to like fussy eaters, because I tell you something, you will know if you're watching this and you're a fussy eater. I bet half the reason you're not eating healthily is because you don't feel like you like any of the food. Because honestly, I have no problem eating healthy. I don't like the food. It's hard. Like to get my vegetables in, I normally have to have like a roast dinner. I don't know what the equivalent of that is in the US, but it's kind of like how you would eat food on Thanksgiving. We just like do that every Sunday. So I have to have like vegetables with gravy and mashed potato and stuff like that. Oh, this is planted differently. Interesting. This is in more of like a Koya vibe. Why? Is it because it's what you had at the time? Is it because it responds differently? We'll never know. Oh, this is very, very cakey. Sorry, I can't show you it that well, but it's, ooh. I feel like I'm going to pull this apart if I'm not careful, so I need to be a little bit more careful than what I'm currently being. Can I shake it? Ooh, not really. It's going to go everywhere if I shake it. So yeah, I want to do stuff like that. And when I'm filming this fitness transformation, I want to keep the food in mind, but I've not really filmed much food so far because I'm aware that like it's not becoming of someone that's doing fitness kind of thing. Like I am eating very basic shit. But yeah, it's something that I'm thinking about anyway. I just wish I didn't have this injury. I don't know what I'm going to do other than train through it. And I'm only saying that because I'm not in any pain, and I don't know if it's a nerve thing or what, but honestly guys, a month off, you'd think it would be at least 1% improved. 1%. It's not. I think I might have to rinse this as ooey as this is. I'm actually really pleased now that I put gloves on. I wasn't necessarily going to bother, but I'm pleased that I have. I just don't want anything to happen to this because this is my favourite thing in the whole world. I know I keep going on about it, but it is. Right, there's better roots on there and they're not really dead. Surprise, surprise. Wonder why it's doing better. What's that on the bottom of that? She's put something on the bottom of that cutting. Is it, have you dipped it in wax? What have you done? That's well weird. I know it's calloused off. It could have calloused off actually. Very interesting. We also have a new shoot that you probably can't see at the bottom as well. But that is the second plant. So now I'm going to put these here separately on a really old begonia leaf that is dead. And then they can be thrown. This, however, I think the answer would be paper towel, because I don't really know any other way of making this go away, to be honest. I'm supposed to see my pony today, but I don't think I'm going to have time with all the work I've got to do. I'm having to send him away maybe in a month's time to get some fat off him because he's too big, basically. And I'm very concerned about him. And don't get me wrong, our British weather has been like really terrible, but I'm having to send him away basically to, how do I put it? To have him exercised on like a water treadmill over a week to get him healthy again before he goes out in the fields for summer. Because I don't want him to get like EMS or laminitis or anything. So that's going to cost a bomb, unfortunately, but there's nothing I can do about it. Like, it really has to be done. So the minute, guys, I'm saving my pennies. So if you fancy not skipping the ads for the sake of my beautiful fat pony, I would appreciate it, because I've got about a month to try and come up with that amount of money. And I don't really have an option to not come up with it, so I'll be doing that. Also, I'm thinking, somebody asked me about this, 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Somebody asked me a couple of videos ago about Patreon. I am actually thinking about it. Now, I do have the YouTube membership thing, and that does get you access to like early access to videos and stuff, but it's not, YouTube actually takes, guys, like 55% of that. So I'm not really getting much, if anything, out of it. So I'm debating at some point, I will let you know, trying out Patreon for some more. I just think the format of it might be more suited to what I'd like to do. I definitely want to start a Patreon for the Unfiltered channel to give people, if they're interested, more of the behind the scenes of this fitness thing that I'm doing. And obviously, it will have other things on it, like bits of like the podcast that didn't like air, like exclusive bits and stuff like that that you can't hear anywhere else and stuff like that, like bonus bits, if you will. So that's something I want to do as well. So super looking forward to that. But I'll let you know, it's just something I'm thinking about doing. I'm not 100%. Where's this cord gone? Whoa, 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 where's it gone? Oh, listen, I can't actually make these without the cord. Oh, it's there. Wait, I've only got 2 pots left. Guys, I've nearly used them all. Again, I know I keep saying it, the link is in the description for these because they're so good. Right, okay, why aren't I tying a knot in it? What the hell? They're so good, guys. I actually can't even. I love these things. I still need to get a bigger size, and I put in an Amazon order yesterday for some vitamins and some cat litter. I know, very exciting stuff, very exciting stuff. And I should have really got some of these because a lot of these are going to outgrow what they're in and they're going to want bigger things anyway. So I should really do that. I may as well build the other one now while my hands are clean. I'm going to try the size up. I think these ones are like the 7.5 centimeter ones. They are quite small, but for what I'm doing, like with this amount of root mass, literally perfect. Love that for me. So at the moment, they're quite good. Lovely for Hoya cuttings, by the way. If you buy a Hoya cutting and it's like literally like 2 leaves and there's no root, oh, perfect. Plus mine have gone straight in, my Polyneura and the Heuschkeliana, and they look just like the day they were put in there. They look great. Come on, in we go. I don't have all day. It's going to be a late night tonight. It always is when I film. I try and edit in the same day, and I always try and get one video out to you guys that day. So it always takes a while.
The time is 4:43 p.m.
And we've got 20 minutes till the cats want fed. You feel me? I'm going to do the Malachosticta first. And I will just have to scoop it in a little bit. Just putting some of my pon in, guys. You know the drill. You know how it works. I'll put a bit in the bottom. I'm going to hold this little dude very gently, like that, where I think it needs to be, like that. Scoop some more. Oh God, try not to let it go all over my kitchen, because last time, oh my God, last time it went everywhere. Oh, here's some exciting news for you. Then you will like this. There is a type of video that I used to do that I would say my channel is sort of famous for. I think that's fair. It might be back. I'll tell you, since you've decided to watch this video today and you're still here, I will tell you. I had a go at making a rare plant index a few days ago. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go into it and I'm going to see what I can find. And you know what, if nothing is rare anymore, I will come up with something else to call it, right? It won't be a rare plant index. I'll just try and rethink the format. I'll do whatever. But I can kind of make one. Now, spoiler alert, the categories are like 50% of the rare plant index is like common and uncommon, and then it breaks off. But hey, there are still rare ones and there are still extremely rare ones. Now, a holy is, again, it's very subjective. Not everything has a holy category anyway. But honestly, I'm kind of pleased. And guess who gets to watch that next week? You do. I need to film it in a couple of days and put my sponsorships on it because it's contracted to do so. And then I will be putting it out for you. Well, I think if they get back to me quick enough, because it's Squarespace that's sponsoring that one, if they get back to me quick enough, if you are a member, you can see it ahead of time. If you're a Long Boy Plus member, I will put it up the second that they allow me to. A lot of times, if those videos go up late, it's genuinely because it's not been approved yet and they're being late with it. I do try and stay on top of my content as much as possible, so thank you for being always patient with that kind of thing. Right, I'm so gentle. Oh my God, I'm so gentle. Let's just get this potted so I don't have to touch it and I don't have to be frightened of it anymore. Because I am. Oh my God. Oh. I'm hoping it gets better because that one is also potted up. But I don't like how unstable it seems to be. But how cute. So these are now potted up into these cute little Amazon pots. I probably won't water them on camera today because I don't think I need to. I think you guys have seen it often enough. But I will do my usual cocktail of number 1 and number 3 because we are repotting. I mentioned this on my last repot, but I don't use number 3 all the time because number 1 is honestly enough. But more often than not, when you see me doing stuff, it's because I've repotted something. So I like to use number 3. So these are super cute. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but why did I ever say that I didn't like begonia? Like, look at this. Don't get me wrong, I know it's still not for everybody, but it's really pretty. And him, well, he's ugly. He will be pretty. I'm going to work on him. I want to hone in my skills. The other cutting of that white ice I've actually put out of the cabinet and I put it on my back shelves to see how it copes with being out of the cabinet because that's growing beautifully, but I want to make sure that it's the plant and it's not just the cabinet, if that makes sense. Ooh. Okay, so this I have to be really delicate with. This one is covered in moss, but it's probably also covered in a bit of rot. So I'm going to do my best to not upset him and remove the rot where needed, which to be honest, it's pulling off itself, and get this moss off so that we may plant it into pon and give it a good time. I feel like I'm pulling on a root. Am I pulling on a root there? No. But yeah, what other updates have I got? I think I'm almost finished my plant shop pitfalls video. I have decided to not do a podcast, I think, and just put it on the main channel, mainly for income reasons. No other reason. And I need that cash for my little pony. So this time I'm going to put it on my main channel. The podcast, I've not had time to do an episode because I've been trying to do all this other stuff. I've been doing a bit of work on nurture system and stuff like that as well. So it's been a little bit tight, but I do plan on doing that, and I want to get to a schedule. I don't know what you guys want to see on there. You know, like, do you want to see more like LGBTQ plus stuff? Is that what you want? Do you want just stuff generally on relationships, friendships? Like, what do you want? I don't just want it to be business all the time. If you know what I mean. Of course, yes, I do want to do those things, but I just don't want it to be like that all the time. I feel like I have more to give, like, just to the world. That sounds so stupid. Do you know what I mean? I just think I've got more to offer than that. Not that I'm saying that my advice is absolutely paramount. You should always listen to it, but you know what I mean? I've got more life experience than just business, and I don't know. If any of my stories can help someone, then great. Because honestly, I've got some unhinged stories. Maybe it's time to bust some of them out. Not sure how I'm going to tell some of them. I've got a really famous one that I told on my old gaming channel, which I know a few of you tried to look for it, but I basically archived it so you can't find it. But it was a story I told back then of when I was I want to say I was like 19, and I got like chased through the streets by a girl that wanted to date me pretty hard. And it was kind of funny. It was just kind of funny. But I don't know how it would be received in today's context. At the time when I was younger, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? And I still look back on it as being funny. So I don't know what Joe Public would think of that. You know what I'm saying? But I do have a lot of stories. I've got a lot of stories about shitty things exes have done, stuff like that. Like, I've got a few things to talk about that are like, not really fun, but you know what I mean? Like, they're interesting, that's for sure. So let me know what you see me talking about on that podcast, if that makes sense. And again, that's not to say I won't do business stuff, because I absolutely will. It's just I can't do business every week. Come on now. Do you know what I mean? Like, God, I'm sure I don't even know enough to do businessy stuff every week. And I can still do stuff on this channel as well. It's not like this channel is off limits to talking about business stuff just because the shop isn't there. You know what I mean? I still very much want to talk about the industry and stuff like that. And I know people like Pretty and Green, they closed down their shop and stuff like that. They still talk about the industry, stuff like that. I still want to do all those things, and I'm more than happy to. So don't think it's off limits for this channel, because it's not. But yeah, I want the other channel to be something a bit more than that, just because I have this channel for like plant stuff, business stuff, do you know what I mean? So I would like to see how that goes. Sorry, I have a bit of rot there. It's not good. I might just have to snip it. I'm still getting the moss out, but we've got a lot of it out. I don't know if it looks like it, but we have got a lot of it out. I'm just going very slow. Although this thing's going to be fine. Like, I've put plants that are like damn near rotting into pond when it comes to these plants specifically, these Pallidiflorum, and they're fine, literally. Bit of number 3 on them. You'd never think anything was wrong. I'll say that now. I'll repot it and it'll go, and it'll just completely die on me. Oh, it's so close to having all this off, because I'm getting to the point now where some of it is moss, but a lot of it, when I pick it up, is actually root. And I don't want... I'll give it a bit of a shake, because we are nearly, you can tell now, see, that we're nearly at the point where we're away from the moss. That's just, yeah, all right, we're going to, right. I'm now going to snippety snip it a bit, because there are some bits of it, and I realise you won't see this very well close up, but there's just a bit of rotty botty here and there. I don't need rid of every little bit, because... Again, just from experience, I know it'll be all right. Certainly with shit like this anyway, and when it's in self-watering, it's gonna adapt, as long as it doesn't dry out again. Because I suspect this one has. I actually picked this one up from Ben's house, as he had it, and he was just like, this is dying. Please take care of it. I mean, I wouldn't say it was dying at all, it's just not looking its best. It'll be fine. So yeah, I have it now. No doubt, when it gets nice and big and juicy, he'll want it back. I'm not sure I'm going to let him, because I will put all that time into growing it, and after all, if it's not growing very well at his house, can't keep it there, can we? Goodness me. Right, we're nearly at the point, guys, where we can throw this, not literally, obviously, into the plant pot, and just cut off some of the rotty hairs, you know what I mean? You know, after it's rotted, and then you get those like little hairy roots where it's just, the sheath is just completely just desecrated. That's not bad, you know. That is not bad. I actually really like, by the way, this is such a weird thing to say, I really like how fibrous this gets with all like the old just bits of shrapnel on it. I just think it looks quite cool. It reminds me of like a hairy palm or something, as in a outside palm, not someone's hand. I think it's not perfect, it's not being completely trimmed, but I think it's going to be okay. I really do. So I'm going to lie that up front. You probably won't see it. I'm going to just move some of the shite, guys. Move some of the shite, because that will all be chucked. I have plenty moss. I don't need any mangy moss. This will need cleaned in terms of the outer pot. The inner pot's probably fine. I don't have, guys, the cord that goes in the pot. I want to see what happens without it. I know that's really risky, but I literally don't have anything to replace it with. What I will do, I tell you now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stick some of this moss that I said I absolutely would not use ever again. I'm going to stick some in the bottom. Right, just a little bit. Something to facilitate basically shit that the cord should have facilitated. So I've actually just put a little bit in there. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Just gonna level with you. I have no idea. In my mind, it helps. You know what I mean? It should be better than nothing. Let's just put these roots in and see how much we want. Oh, okay, it does actually have to go quite a long way down. So again, I'm gonna have to really gently deal with this because I don't want the new leaf going kaput. It's really sexy and I don't want it to be unsexy. I think it can go like that, and I think I can pour it. I'd rather plant it too low and then pull it, which by the way is the best tip ever. If you have a plant and you're not sure how high or low to plant it, 9 times out of 10, you can plant it a little bit too low and then you can just tug on it and lift it a little bit and it won't really affect like the planting work you've done below, as long as you're not like compressing it as you go. Personally, I think it's a great thing to do. I think that's going to be lovely. I just pop them in. Ooh, got a bit of shit down there. There is actually a little bit of water under here, but I do need to literally like clean this and everything. I also need to trim him, which I will actually do on camera because it's cute. So let me just fold that a bit. Not a lot, if you're wondering what I'm about to do. So obviously we have a bit of shit on the end. I'm only gonna do maybe that much off. Not a lot at all. And it's purely for aesthetics, guys. Now, if you do it right, a lot of the time it won't keep going. It really depends, but usually the plant will not keep going once you've done that. Mine haven't. I do need to trim one of them there, but I can see where I've done an old cut and it still basically looks the same. So I will water these, obviously. But here we have my 2 amazing begonia. One is really not pretty. One is just so pretty, it's not even funny. They will get watered immediately off camera just for ease. You've seen me water things a million times, you know the score. And the other boy, which will definitely also get watered, will be this guy. This guy is so cool. See, he looks beautiful. Again, newest leaf is actually this one here. I hope you can see that. I realize it is difficult because he is so long, but that is him. He's so pretty. Anthurium pallidiflorum, super narrow. And yes, there is a difference. Normal pallidiflorum is a bit wider. Sorry, I got an itch. Oh, no. So that today is my little repot for y'all. I know it's short and sweet. Please bear with me. If I'm to make content more like rare plant indexes, stuff like that, the higher, I don't want to say higher effort, but you know what I mean, it's more complex content, obviously, than repotting, then I am going to need to also supplement those videos with repotting videos and with other videos that are more chill. Does that make sense? Because honestly, the rare plant index, by the way, that I've done so far, holy shit, like research was about 3 hours. I've found all the images I need to use before I put it into my little guide that I use while I'm filming. That was 3 hours. I've not made that guide yet. That will probably be another 2 to 3 that I need to do tomorrow. And then obviously I have to film it. The editing, don't even speak to me on the editing. It is really involved. I remember when I used to edit rare plant indexes and make them when I still had a job, my software engineering job, and I was doing them on a weeknight, and honestly, I was going to bed like really late and I was doing them as soon as I came home from work. I'd have food, I would edit them. That's all I would do all night, and I'd go to bed and they probably wouldn't even be finished. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I hope you do enjoy it when it comes out. Anyway, but I will let you know, follow my socials and do whatever you need to do. But yeah, that's him anyway. Sorry, that was a slight interlude. He looks very beautiful. I wonder if I can put him somewhere nice now. It's hard. I almost want to replace the one that is here because he's going to look a bit cooler. So I put him there like that. Maybe I could put the other one here for now anyway. Or I can put him here. I don't know. It's hard because this plant has spider mites. I really need to treat everything literally like tomorrow. I need to treat the spider mites. And I also need to treat the bacteria that I've got going. I've got bacterial rust going on. I've got bacterial fungus going on. I've got a lot of shit going on. And it's just sort of crept up on me. So I need to do that. But I will leave you there because I have a lot to do today. and I will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for just chilling with me, hanging out, letting me repot these, and I will see you very, very soon. And again, don't forget, next week, the rare plant index is a-coming. And yes, it is on an Aroid, okay? I've only ever done one of these. I don't even think I updated it and did a whatever 2, if that helps you narrow it down. I will see you very soon. Bye.